When you walk into your office, do you feel tight in your stomach? The pressure of deadlines, the endless stream of emails, the demands from your boss, the expectations you put on yourself, it can feel like you're drowning in a sea of stress. Work can be a pressure cooker, but here's the thing, chronic stress isn't just an unpleasant feeling. It's a silent saboteur impacting everything from your physical health to your relationships and beyond. And it's costing businesses a fortune. The World Health Organization estimates that a staggering 1 trillion is lost annually due to stress-related productivity issues. That's 1 trillion reasons to take this seriously for yourself and for your health. This isn't just about feeling a little frazzled after a tough meeting. We're talking about the kind of deep-seated stress that gnaws and steals your sleep and leaves you feeling constantly on edge. So let's unpack the science behind it. Why does work stress have such a profound effect on us? And more importantly, what can we do about it? Think of your body as a finely tuned machine. When you're stressed, that machine goes into overdrive. Your sympathetic nervous system, responsible for the fight or flight response, kicks into high gear, releasing a surge of hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. This was great when our ancestors faced saber-toothed tigers, giving them the energy to run or fight. But when it's constantly activated by the relentless demands of your work life, it becomes a problem. What does this look like in real life? Well, maybe you're experiencing persistent fatigue, even after a full night's sleep. Perhaps you're plagued by that nagging headache or digestive issues that never seem to go away. You might even find yourself getting sick more often because chronic stress weakens your immune system. Studies reveal a clear link between chronic stress and an increased risk of heart disease. When you're constantly stressed, your blood pressure rises and your heart works harder. Over time, this can damage your arteries and increase the risk of heart attack or a stroke. It's not just about feeling tired. It's about very real, tangible impact on your physical body. I remember talking to Kate, a marketing executive, who came to me utterly exhausted. She was working a 60-hour week, constantly checking her phone, and never really disconnecting from work, even on the weekend. She felt like she had no downtime. She confessed that she hadn't had a decent night's sleep in months and was constantly battling colds and flu. Her body was screaming at her to slow down, but she felt trapped by the demands of her job. That's the reality of unchecked stress. It doesn't just stay in your head. It wreaks havoc on your physical body. Stress doesn't just manifest physically. It profoundly affects your emotional and mental well-being. It can manifest in irritability, anxiety, or even depression. It's that dark cloud that follows you around, dimming your joy and making it harder to connect with the people that you care about. Perhaps you've noticed yourself snapping at a colleague or a loved one for no apparent reason. Maybe you're struggling to focus, constantly feeling overwhelmed and unable to prioritize tasks. You might even feel a sense of detachment, as if you're going through the motions without truly engaging with your life or what you're doing. Unresolved workplace stress can easily spill over into your personal life, straining relationships with family and friends. When you're constantly stressed, it's difficult to be pleasant and to be present and emotionally available. You might even find yourself withdrawing from social activities, neglecting your hobbies, and losing touch with the things that once brought you joy. I recall a conversation with Mark, a project manager, who admitted that his stress was impacting his marriage. He was so preoccupied with work that he barely spoke to his wife in the evenings and felt really distant from his children. He was physically present, but emotionally absent. Now, this is a common story. The pressure of corporate life can erode the very foundation of our relationships if we don't address it head on. He was exhausted physically and mentally. So, what can be done? The good news is there are strategies to manage stress effectively, but it requires a two-pronged approach: organizational changes and individual strategies. On the organizational level, companies can implement policies that promote a healthier work environment. This involves flexible work schedule, which allows employees to better manage their time and reduce commuting stress. Open communication channels can help employees feel heard and supported, reducing feelings of isolation and powerlessness. However, organizational changes alone are not enough. Individuals also need to develop their own coping mechanisms for managing stress. There are mindful practices like meditation, an energy therapy session, a deep breathing exercise can be incredibly helpful. These techniques can help you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings, allowing you to respond to stress in a more balanced and controlled way. Regular exercise is also a powerful stress reliever, releasing endorphins that have mood-boosting effects. I've seen firsthand how these things can transform a life. It's transformed mine. And organizations actually send me clients. They've reported a significant decrease in stress levels as well as improved job satisfaction and productivity. It's a win-win for both the individual and the organization. Workplace stress is an issue that affects millions of people around the world. It has profound consequences for our physical health, emotional well-being, and relationships. By understanding the science behind stress and implementing effective strategies, both on an organizational level and a personal level, you can reclaim your calm, prioritize your well-being, and create a more balanced and fulfilling life. Don't wait until you're completely burnt out. Take action. Start today. Even with a small step, take a few minutes every day to practice mindfulness, set boundaries with your work, and prioritize your self-care. Your body and mind will thank you for it. Ready to take the first step? Explore aquahaura.com for resources to create a calmer, more focused you.